Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are using some products that are affordable. They are still indie brands though. If you've not watched my channel before, I am very much a supporter of indie cosmetic brands. And so I want to talk about some products that are not going to break your bank. Everything in this video is $15 or less, but it's that good indie brand quality. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, I would love it if you haven't subscribed. If you would consider subscribing, I upload videos twice a week. It is totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel to talk all things makeup in the comments. All right, let's go ahead and get into these affordable indie brand products. Alright everybody, so I have the base products on that are indie brands. I can probably recommend a few base indie brand products if you are looking for primer, foundation, brows, like that kind of stuff, but today I didn't have those in this video. So we're going to start with the most expensive item in this video, and it's $15. This is from Blend Buddy Cosmetics, and this is their Forget Me Not palette. They have all kinds of stuff in their clearance section, you guys, that is just incredible quality. I've loved every Blend Bunny Cosmetics purchase I've ever made. So when I saw this one was only $15, I jumped, and I believe that they are discontinuing this. I think that's why it's in their clearance section. So it's kind of like a last chance thing. So if you are interested, act now. And so this is supposed to be able to be, you know, like blush and eyeshadow and highlighter and like all of the things in one, right? So I'm not necessarily going to use it for everything today, but I just wanted to show it to you. And it's got a really nice mirror in it as well, so that if you want to use it this way, you can dip into it sideways book style and do your makeup. And it is a very high quality mirror. Like, this is really good. I would love to travel with this one personally. And I think I'm going to start with this one, Room Service, right here, to see if I can use that as a bit of a contour shade. That's like the lightest contour shade, so I'm starting with that one first, since this is my first time I'm using a Refer 4 brush, just because I don't want to start with something that's too deep for me. And yeah, that is showing up. I might go one shade deeper just to get a little more depth, but this is a good base. And then for me, in products like this, like I've got the Lunar Beauty Bronze thing, when I get to things that are clearly too deep to be for my skin tone, those are the ones that become eyeshadow for me, or eyeliner, or brow color, depending on what your eyebrow color, your skin tone is. So there's always a way for you to use, if you're my skin tone, some of those deeper shades. It's just not gonna obviously be a face product for you. I think I'm gonna go a little bit with the next deepest All I Need, just in the back of the face here, to do kind of like an ombre two-tone effect, get a little bit more dimension. And now this palette, like, these aren't super warm tones. Like, Anticipation is probably the warmest one. Maybe I'll do just a splash of that to get a little warmth. But these are more cool tone, meant to be like contour shades. So if you're looking for a bronzer palette, this is not going to be the one for you. I saw some people had some complaints about, like, oh, this is way too cool tone, it doesn't work for me. Okay, well, that's what this is, and what it's designed to be is more contour. So don't waste your time and your money if you're looking for something warm toned or a little bit bronzery. But I really like, on my neutral undertones, the cool chisel look. And then I'm just gonna put a splash of A Moment. It's a really light pink color. Don't normally do something that's that light a pink, but I'm gonna do something later with like a little bit of a toppery moment. So I'll pair that with it. It's pretty though. It's just like a, again, cool toned blush. This might be really pretty. Ooh, we should try, you know what? We should try this. Let me get a different brush. I was gonna say this would be really pretty as like a brightening under eye pink powder. That's really popular right now, just to give a little brightening to my inner corners. That's pretty. Do you guys tell a difference? It just like kind of erases a little darkness under there. At least I think so on me personally. That's pretty. yeah, so this is, again, the whole point of this palette is to make it like multi-purpose, right? So that you can get everything you need all in one, so to speak. But I am, like I said, going to use some other products too. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids to do some eyeshadow. I'm going to use the ColourPop Party Proof Eye Primer. Pretty much anything, I feel like, right, that you get from ColourPop, minus maybe their like mega palettes when they first release, is going to be on the more affordable side. I got that primer for $5. I think that was a sale price. It might normally be more than that, but it is certainly under $15. Like I said, that Blend Bunny product was the most expensive product in that video. And I really like ColourPop lip oils. There's a blue one on Blend Bunny's site for $3 I really, really want. I'm just waiting till whatever my next order is from them to add that to cart for $3. But I love the ColourPop ones as well, are more affordable. Again, if you're looking for, the whole point of this video is quality indie brand products that don't break the bank, that aren't super expensive, because I know these days indie brands are trending more towards expensive prices, but there are still really good indie brands out there that aren't doing that, that aren't super expensive. So I am going to use a few mattes in this same Blend Bunny product to give a little bit of something in the crease, and then we're going to go on to a different palette for the shimmers for another affordable product. And sometimes I like to do this anyway, to use my bronzer or contour, whatever I used on the face, because I'm just using room service, that same light contour I did on the face, because then you know it's going to tie together really well because you're using the exact same shade in the transition or somewhere on the lid as you did on the face. So everything's going to be really cohesive. I'm going to use a little bit of Anticipation, and all I need, those other shades that I built up more in the corner of the face, on the outer corner of the eye here. And I'll probably end up using some of these deeper shades just to show you how you can use it in your eyeshadow look or in a liner to use those deeper shades that I said. Obviously, those are not ever going to be complexion shades for me. So what I'm going to put on my eyes is actually from Pat McGrath. Now I know, hold on, you're saying, okay, it's an indie brand, but that's not under $15. Okay, well, you gotta go a little creative sometimes if you want an indie brand product at a good price, right? Now, this is one that it's not even on their site anymore. This one I got at TJ Maxx, and it's $12.99, and that is under our $15 price point. So sometimes you can find these indie brands that are good quality at TJ Maxx. This is the Bordeaux Bliss eyeshadow palette, and it is all shimmers, which is again why I pulled the mattes from Blend Bunny so that we could use the shimmers here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a little glitter primer, just because if this is anything like some of the other Pat McGrath shades that I've used before, the glitter primer does tend to help. But we're going to use a few of these shades, and again, TJ Maxx, I know it's not for everyone, but if you feel comfortable shopping from there, it can be a good way for you to get good quality but affordable makeup and get to try the things you want for less. So I think I'm going to do, here's a hard choice. I think I'm going to do this one on the end here. I don't know, there's shadings on the back, but I don't know which way they're supposed to go. So I think this one's Cosmic Garnet, if I'm reading it correctly. I'm going to take that and put it on the outer portions of the lid because it's a little bit of a deeper shimmer. Give us a little bit of dimension with the darker thing on the outside corner. That's gorgeous. It's so sparkly, very pigmented right away. Absolutely, if you would have gotten this from Pat McGrath directly, this, even as small 5-pan, probably would have been $35, $36. But by shopping at TJ Maxx, I got it for $12.99. Wow, this is super sparkly. I think the only other thing I have from Pat McGrath is the Utopian, which is definitely not affordable. It's one of the motherships that I got on sale, and I got it half off, which is still expensive. So that one couldn't go in this video, but this one's definitely stacking up, I think, quality-wise to that one. This is really, really sparkly and pretty. Wow, okay, and then I want something lighter. So I'm going to go with Platinum Rose Water, this lightest one here. I'm going to put that on the inner part of the lid. Same flat brush, just to give us a bit of a rosy look. Oh, but this is so expensive looking, you guys. It's really, you know, this is an affordable, you know, video, and some of these things like the ColourPop are always going to be affordable. But I really think when it comes to indie brands, a lot of it just has to do with shopping smart with the sales. Because you can get the indie products at a good price, but sometimes you just have to be patient and not get it like right when it drops. Unless it's limited edition, for the most part, it's gonna be there. They're gonna restock. You don't need to feel like FOMO just because you don't have it the exact second that everybody else does. You can still enjoy it and get it, and it's gonna be just as good when you get it in your hands 6 months to a year later at a discounted price. And I know sometimes that's hard to accept, but if you want good makeup at an affordable price, sometimes it's the game you have to play. Wow, that light shade is nice, but this one is really very dimensional looking and just crazy sparkly on the lid. Oh, love that so much. So now I'm just going to take a flat brush here, right, and go back into the Forget-Me-Not. And I feel like this look is going to be more of a brown liner, so I'm going to use Unforgettable and In the Plan, which is these two deeper shades. I'm not going to go all the way to the deepest brown. Borderline looks black, but I think it's still brown. But I'm just going to do a little dip between these two. And I'm going to stamp that on the lash line. Keyword stamp, because I have shimmers all over the lid, and if you like start rubbing on a shimmer, you're gonna have increased chances of fallout on your complexion, and since I already have my complexion done, I don't want fallout on my complexion. Even if I didn't, I wouldn't want it and encourage it, but. And then I just stamp it, and I usually follow like the curve of my eye here at the very end, just to give myself not a huge cat eye, but a little bit flick up, just to like help lift everything. I mean, like you can see this is fine, but it's very like round shape and blown out, a little smokier. This just gives a little more structure and lift to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other eye. And then I'm going to show you an affordable indie mascara. Now, speaking of Blend Bunny, they also do have an affordable mascara. I believe it's $8. I just have not tried it personally myself, so I can't really, show it to you or attest to it personally, but I've heard people who have tried it do like it. But for me, the mascara I'm going to talk about with you is from Ciate London. I did not too long ago a full face get ready with me using only indie brands, but that was not necessarily affordable indie brands. So I'll leave that linked if you're just looking for more indie brand content. But again, that one, it's all price points on the table. But I did use this one in that video as well, just because I realized I don't have a lot of indie brand mascaras in my collection. This one's from Ciate London. It's the Wonder Wand mascara, and I really like it. This one is the mini for $10. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I tend to like minis better. These are not indie brands, but just to show you, if you like, this is a Tarte mini. Love the minis. That's the Tarte Tarteist mini. This is the Tarte Maneater mini. Like, the minis, I just feel like mascara, like, it takes a long time to go through a full-size tube of mascara, especially if you're like me and you like to try and test out a bunch of things. I feel like the minis, you're still gonna get a lot of uses out of them. They're gonna last you a long time. They're cheaper. And they're cheaper because they're less product, but like maybe you don't like it in the end and you don't want to be stuck with it. Or maybe you just want it to be cheaper and you're like me and you feel like the full tube sometimes dries out before you can even use the whole thing. So sometimes the minis, you know, they might be better for you anyway in your everyday use. And I personally, just for reference, I do have pretty long lashes naturally, so I tend to go for mascaras that do more in the volume department and ones that will separate my lashes. I don't like it when they clump together. I want them to look fuller. So this is a mascara that I feel like does that. Alright, so now that I've got this berry toned eye look on, I feel like the pink is a little subtle, right, that I used from the Blend Bunny palette. So we're also going to use from Blend Bunny the collab with Ellis, the Celestial Cheek Glaze. This is $9 on their site right now, $9. It's in their sale section, so I'm guessing they probably won't restock this either. But it is this like pinky blush color highlighter. I don't know. They say it's a cheek glaze, so I'm going to go sparingly on the same brush I used before and just put that like over top of where I put the blush. Yeah, it's kind of like a pink toned blush topper or highlighter. That's kind of what I thought it would be. But what I like about this is that I'm someone with textured skin, and this is not emphasizing any of the texture. And you see my tone, my skin complexion, right? I am quite fair. And even though this looks very pink, it's working out lovely on my complexion. And there's no like dark cast, weird cast on it. Like it's working just fine for me. And that gives me a little bit more pinkiness on the cheeks and some more glow with the highlighter. So ooh, that's really fun. That's nice. Okay, and finally, let's talk about lip products that are affordable, okay? So Give Me Glow is an indie brand that has lip liners right now for $1. That's right, $1. So I have quite a few of them here that I picked up for $1. You just can't beat it for the quality, you guys. You simply can't. And I think, let's see, what color do I want to go with? I think I'm going to go in with this one called Deja Vu. Sorry for the rustling. My cat has just broken in. He just cannot stand to be away from me any longer. These are so creamy. They are retractable ones, twist at the bottom. So you could just line lips, but I went ahead and put it all over the lips. It's kind of like nudie, slightly pink leaning color that I thought would really match with everything else I've got going on that's kind of like muted pinky rosy today. And then for the gloss that I'm going to put on top of it from Unearthly Cosmetics, this is their lip gloss in shade Moss. It's not going to look this green when I put it on. This is $12 on their site, so still under that $15 price point. And that's full price, by the way. Unearthly does site-wide sales, I feel like fairly frequently, multiple times a year. And so you could save on these. And most of these, I should say, indie brands, even if they're not doing a site-wide sale, most of them have affiliate codes, right, with influencers that you can save, you know, 10, 15, 20% by using codes at checkout. So check for that too to save money. Any of the codes I have for brands are always listed in the description of every video that I do. If you want to use my code on any brands, thank you in advance. So yeah, guys, that is the look using all affordable $15 or less indie products. What do you guys think? Are you indie brand shoppers, or would you rather just go to the drugstore? Because me personally, I've got to say the drugstore prices, I feel, are getting to these $15 price points that I'm talking about anyway. So if I have to spend that much anyway on a product, I'd rather have something that's independently owned, supporting that type of a brand, and usually, to be honest, is a better quality in my experience than the drug brand, big box store brands are offering. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much if you made it all to the end, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!